and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new readings every single day. And if you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. All right. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Five of Chalices. We have the Moon. Interesting. Okay. Oh boy. With the Tower on the bottom of the deck. Okay, right off the bat, we're going to get right into the Tower card, which is an energy of some part of your foundation not being as solid as you think it is. It's almost like you have this fortress of a house, but there's a tunnel that opens right up into the bottom of the house. It's this feeling of your house being on a cliff and each wave slowly breaking away at the cliff until the house completely falls into the water. Now, the Tower sometimes can be a change that you incite, where you make a change to your foundation on purpose in order to restructure it or to fix something to make it more reinforced, like you would in an actual house where maybe you fix a retaining wall so that the retaining wall is stronger, or you change your front door because your front door is harder to break into, something like that. That's essentially the energy of the Tower. Sometimes it's something you choose, other times it's some major, massive, sweeping change that happened because you had a blind spot to a certain area of your foundation. That is one of the reasons why I say the Tower is one of the scariest cards in the deck, because you don't always know if it's you or if it's a hole in your foundation that's happening here. In this particular reading, I am seeing that this is something that you are not seeing. The reason is the Moon is on the table and the Knight of Pentacles is on the table, which the Knight of Pentacles is working towards a long-term goal, but maybe not being fully prepared. As you can see in this particular card, he's actually barefoot, and he's riding forward with his shield and his armor, but he has no shoes on. Like, he doesn't see all of the abundance that's necessarily around him or the opportunity that's around him with these strawberries on the ground, and he doesn't recognize that he's riding a unicorn. So this is a card of potential, but the potential falling into not being prepared and a lack of planning or a lack of seeing opportunity, or the potential of realizing that you're actually sitting on a gold mine here. The Five of Swords is about conflict and then distraction. Sometimes the Five of Swords is distraction in a good way, as in you're being distracted by this butterfly, which is peace, and you're moving away from the fighting of these two people over here. Or it can be distraction where you are over here focusing on one thing and somebody else is about to stab you in the back. What I'm really picking up on here is that some of you need to work on your boundaries. We have the Five of Wands here, and the Five of Wands has to do with conflict, confusion, and turmoil. It has to do with resistance. It has to do with drawing strong boundaries, with having too many ideas and having a lack of focus. With the Five of Chalices, there is something in your life that is causing negativity, that is harming your foundation, harming the way you move forward, and is getting through the barriers and boundaries that you've put up to protect yourself. It's making you unprepared. The Five of Chalices, we see with this man here, he's throwing his cups into the water, and the cups are fizzing. This could be alcohol or something that is causing issues with judgment. This could be throwing something away to the point where you can't just dump it out. You have to completely dilute it, completely get rid of it. You can't just ignore it. You can't just put it somewhere else. And with the Moon being on the table, this is something in your everyday life that suddenly changes or shifts in a way where it feels completely unrecognizable. This is getting to root issues, really deep-seated issues, and the light of emotion and feelings and thoughts in your subconscious bringing certain things to light. Now, if you notice, we have 5, 5, 5 on the table. Fives have to do with change. They have to do with drawing stronger boundaries, making changes that are going to be of long-term benefit for you in the future. Because we have the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, which have to do with other people and other energies from other people on the table. What I'm picking up here with this whole reading is that you are being warned that there are certain people in your life who maybe do not have your best interests at heart, that you are choosing to either ignore, be distracted by, or you are choosing to sympathize with the wrong things that they are doing. And the problem with sympathizing with the wrongdoings of other people is that it messes up your boundaries. You start making justifications, you start impressing those limitations on your life, on yourself, and on that other person to not be able to change. You start accepting the problem and the wrongdoing as being normal. Whoever this is in your life, this could be somebody who has been in your life for a long time because the Knight of Pentacles is on the table, or this could just be an issue that you've had in your relationships long term, especially for those of you who are empaths or who are very empathetic or tend to rationalize everything and fall more into your logical, practical side. This may be something that has been an issue for you long term, that has been a root issue of your foundation that's causing things to fall apart in your relationships and your relationship to self. When you are not honoring yourself and your boundaries, you are actually doing yourself a disservice. And when you are allowing other people to get away with their wrongdoings by justifying their behaviors, by having unlimited tolerance, you're actually doing them a disservice because you're not teaching them to grow. With these 5s here, you're being prompted to make the changes that you know you need to make at this time. So if this reading is resonating with you, you need to take a look at where you are allowing the justifications of wrongdoings to be a snake in your camp, so to speak, where it's getting into your foundation and messing up the foundation of things. This is going to require you to dig deep and figure out why you allow the wrongdoings to be justified or why you sympathize with them. There may be some healing that needs to be done with self-worth, self-confidence, or self-esteem here that's causing these issues with your long-term foundation, your long-term goals. For some of you, I'm hearing a very specific message that has to do with your career. Some of you, this may be having to do with a boss or your bosses in general, where it's like you tend to let your bosses walk all over you, or you tend to sympathize with certain bad behaviors of your bosses, where it's not benefiting you and it's getting past your defenses. This could be something that's influencing your finances and could be influencing your career as a whole, because it's impacting your ability to get promoted. It's impacting your ability to get paid at a higher scale, and it's impacting your overall well-being. The good news here, though, is that 5s indicate that you have the ability to make the change, though. And remember with the Tower, I said the Tower can be that you learn the lesson because the foundation falls apart and it's unexpected change, or you incite the change. You decide to do a home makeover or decide to renovate and fix your foundation, make the changes that you need on your own, in which case you're more in control of the energy. It can be a lot less of an upheaval because you get to choose at what pace the change is brought into your life. So this is your reading. If it resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and comment your affirmation down below. Your affirmation for this reading is, there are no justifications for wrong behavior. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.